Get ready to celebrate St. Patrick's Day with this quick and tasty Irish soda bread recipe. Hello, my dears. It's time for another episode of Me Up Buttercup. St. Patrick's Day is nearly upon us, so I decided it would be fun to try out a traditional recipe from Ireland. Today, we will be making Irish soda bread. This is an easy and classic recipe made with just a few simple ingredients and no fancy tools required. Let's go make some bread. We will start by combining our dry ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, measure out 4 cups of sifted flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Give these ingredients a good whisk to mix them all together. Next, we will add in 3 tablespoons of butter, chopped into small pieces. The butter is optional and not often included in traditional Irish soda bread recipes, but I enjoy the bitter flavor that it gives to the bread. You are welcome to leave it out if you prefer. Using a pastry blender or your hands, work the butter into your flour mixture until it begins to form coarse crumbs. The final ingredient we will add is 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. Buttermilk is a very important ingredient as it will react with the baking soda and cause the bread to rise in the oven. If you don't have buttermilk, you can make a substitute by mixing 2 tablespoons lemon juice or vinegar with enough regular milk to equal 1 3/4 cups total. Let it sit for about 10 minutes before using it to allow it to thicken. Slowly pour your buttermilk into the flour mixture. Gently fold the dough until everything is completely combined. Irish soda bread is considered to be a quick bread, which means instead of using yeast to help the bread rise, it uses a different ingredient. In this case, it is baking soda, which is why it is called soda bread. While soda bread did not originate in Ireland, it became a popular choice around the mid-1800s for several reasons. The first was that yeast was often harder to obtain, thus the use of baking soda as a leavening agent to make a quick and inexpensive bread. The other reason was that the type of flour that was most commonly available in Ireland at that time came from a soft wheat, which was much less suited for making yeasted breads. Such an interesting history. Once the dough is all combined, we will turn it out onto a lightly floured surface. Gently knead the dough just a few times. We don't want to overwork this dough or else it will become tough. Then we will form it into a ball-like shape. Looks pretty nice to me. Next, we will need to prepare our baking pan. I prefer to use a cast iron skillet to bake my soda bread. However, if you don't have one, a round cake tin that has been greased and floured will work as well. We will place our loaf into the skillet or tin. And then, using a sharp serrated knife, make a large cross-shaped pattern over the top of the bread. It's important to do this to allow the fairies to escape from the bread. And it also helps the bread cook through more evenly. Bake your bread at 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 233 degrees Celsius for 35 to 45 minutes until the bread has formed a beautiful golden brown crust. Allow to cool for at least 10 to 15 minutes before slicing and serving. Wow, wasn't that a wonderfully simple recipe? And now we have some delicious and hearty bread to enjoy. If you are looking for the perfect topping, check out my amazingly easy homemade butter recipe. It uses just one ingredient. Can you believe that? Thank you all for joining me today to make this tasty bread. Did you know that there is a society for the preservation of Irish soda bread? I found that so interesting, and they even have a website detailing the history of soda bread and how it developed in Ireland. I will share a link to the website in the description below if you are interested in learning more. Much love to all of you. Until next time. Mwah!